Hi everybody, this is a video showing you how to take through Design Space this new SVG to cut this little, well big actually, cupcake stand. So let's get into Design Space and I can show you it. There it is, bring it onto the canvas. As usual, the first step with any multi-part SVG with score lines is that you've got to convert those lines that come in as cuts which actually need to be scores. And in my SVGs, they always live in that first subgroup in your layers panel. If a multi-part SVG with scores has been saved correctly, it will come in three groups. There'll be this overall group that contains absolutely everything, and then within that you'll get two subgroups, one that has all the scores in, so it's really quick to convert, and one which has all the cut pieces in. So you just click that first subgroup, and all you need to do is click on the name of it. You can keep it closed, it still works. Go to your operations menu, choose score from the drop down menu. You can see that they've been converted, and while they're still selected you need to ungroup them. I'm working on the desktop version of Design Space. Ungroup is at the top of the layers panel. Then you're going to select that next group that contains all the cut pieces, and all you need to do here is ungroup, no converting obviously. And then the third step is to select absolutely everything on screen, and if you're working in the layers panel like I am, just click on the name of that final group. It selects everything and ungroup. So now everything on screen is a separate piece, separate sets of scores, and now we can attach the scores to the pieces that they relate to. You've got to do it individually. If you select the whole SVG and say attach, you'll get a message that the project is not compatible with your machine, and that's simply because you've created a piece which is too big to fit on a mat to cut. So I think the quickest way to select single pieces is to click on canvas somewhere near them, drag a box to more or less enclose them, and attach. And on the PC, that's at the bottom of your layers panel. For speed, I use Alt A. So you need to do that for each piece on canvas which has score lines. So again, click on attach or use Alt A if you're on the PC. Quite like the keyboard commands, they just speed things up a bit. Oops, a daisy. Yep, that's attached. What on earth did I do there? There we go. I'll just zoom out a little bit. Right, these are the plates. Obviously no scores on those, no attaching to do there. This is the central tower. Don't worry about what I'm calling everything. You get a PDF of instructions with the download, with a full diagram explaining what everything is, and lots of photographs showing you how to install it. I keep resizing things by mistake. There we go. So everything's attached now. So with this file, with this project, the only bits that you actually must have the long mat and A3 or tabloid for is these four pieces which back each other up and create the central tower onto which all the walls fit and the plates slot. Everything else will fit on 12 by 12, but this project is too big for ledger or tabloid. So if you're making this in the US and you can't get A3, which I don't think you can, you would have to use poster board or the 12 by 24 card from Cricut, and you do need to use 300 gram. Anything lighter and the actual cake stand won't be strong enough. I do discuss that in detail in the PDF of instructions, so you get lots of information there. Okay, so I'm going to hit make it now, and because I need the long mat and A3 for those, I'm going to choose A3 and I'll show you what happens. So everything goes nicely onto it until we come to these two pieces, and here we can't choose A3. So if you're like me, you're in the UK and you want to use A3, what you have to do with these two pieces is just make them a couple of random different colours, because we just want those two to go on mats on their own. So you could cut those actually from 12 by 12, but we don't want to do a big, well I don't want to because I want my whole cake stand to match. But so you'd get those on two A3s, And now we can definitely choose A3 for everything else. And I think we just need to move that one piece there. Yeah, so you're going to select that little base wall, which is on its own. Click on the three dots, move object, and you're going to put it onto that mat there. And if we rotate it, if I can pick it up, it fits nicely into that space there. Just zoom out a bit. So we can see that if we're making it from A3, we need 9 sheets. Now that's an absolute maximum, because you could, of course, fit bits onto these two, because even though they will fit on 12 by 12, you're going to cut them from A3, and you could actually slot something under there, couldn't you? If you want to do that and try and save it and maybe end up with 8 sheets, you could do that, but I'm not too worried, so I'm going to leave it on 9 sheets of A3, and that's what I quote in the Etsy listing and on the PDF of instructions that you get. I did also make this cupcake stand by reducing everything down. Just go back one, so that everything would cut from 12 by 12, and I ended up with still a reasonable sized cupcake stand. Actually, it's the flowery one in the pictures on the Etsy listing. Yeah, and that worked quite well. So if you were going to do that, you would just select everything and drag on a corner handle and just keep checking the size of these bits here. That's 31.1. It's still a bit too big. It needs to be, to actually cut from 12 by 12, it needs to be under 30.5. Now that, yeah, I think that's probably still pushing it a bit. Will it let us put that on 12 by 12? It might not. We know it would cut, but will it let us choose it? No, it's not going to. I wonder if that's just because of those. I'll just temporarily delete those and let... Yeah, we can now. That's interesting. Let's have a look. Yes, I think with some different layout, because, for instance, yeah, so if you did reduce it down, so you were going to make it 12 by 12, these are the smallest plates. I'm going to put those on there because I know they'll fit. It's just that Design Space doesn't like to overlap things, does it? And I'm going to take that smallest plate and I'm going to put it on, yeah, the same mat as that middle plate there. So then what else can we move? Yeah, so then you would take that wall that's on its own, move it, and I'm pretty sure it'll go on there. It would. You might even be able to make other savings. Would that go up there? No. It'd go there though, wouldn't it? I'm wondering if you could get another small wall. We'll just try that. Would it go on there? It would. So just by interlocking them a little bit, you can fill up your sheet a bit better that way. Any other spaces? No, they fit pretty well, don't they? You've got 4 there though. No. Let's see if we can move. They're both big. I don't think we'll get... I'm dawdling a bit, aren't I now? They're both big walls, and we're not going to get... Yeah, we can't get 2 big walls side by side. No, so even if you reduce it down so that these long pieces can cut from 12 by 12, I think you're still looking at about 8 sheets of 12 by 12. But that's just an alternative if you want to make a smaller cupcake stand because you can't get hold of big card. It's the weight that's important, though. You do need to use 300 grams plus. Okay, sorry I waffled on a bit at the end there. If you've got any questions when you come to cut it, or assemble it, don't hesitate to get in touch. You can do that on Etsy or Facebook. The links to do that are in the description below. And if you just stumbled across this video and would like to buy the SVG, the link to do that is also in the description below. Thanks a lot. Bye.